Let's get started.
All right. I have a question for you both.
I'm so excited to hear this question.
Okay, ready? Raise your hand if you've ever been. Raise your hand if you've ever been sick in public.
Definitely. Desert.
Yeah.
In the desert.
In the desert.
Yeah.
It's not public.
Sahara Desert.
What?
Yeah, it was bad news. But go ahead.
There were people there?
Yeah.
So, okay. What about you? Where were you sick?
On a train.
On a train, yeah. Post office. Front of the line. Ready to be serviced and just... so I win.
That wins. I'll save my story of the Sahara for another time because I want to quickly introduce
the
fact that this is SKTV or Swift Kick Television, or as we like to call it, Swift Kickin' It. And we have our hosts here is the amazing Melissa Ruiz.
Hi.
And the as equally amazing and humble Tom Kriegelstein. And off to the side is someone else. What's your name again?
Oh, burn.
Okay, it's Sabina. That's all she's just one name. It's like Madonna Sabina. That's all you get. Here at Swift Kick TV, what we plan to do is we're going to release videos around a specific topic that help leaders run their teams and organizations more effectively. And we have each episode will have a different theme. Today's theme, which we'll get to a little bit later, is how to recover from a team hangover.
What could that mean?
That's a good question. Before we dig into that topic, though, so we have, as a team, we have a quotes board. We keep track of all the quotes, and apparently we've decided to collect and share with all of you some random quotes from our team.
Yeah, this is a good one from Tom, but it comes with an accent. You ready?
Good.
Oh yeah, cannot wait.
Goes a little something like this. Me thinks it, me does it.
Me shines your shoe for a nickel, the finest nickel in all the land.
What is a fine nickel? What does that mean?
You haven't seen one. Once you see one, you'll be like the finest nickel in all the land.
But the arm movement.
Yeah, that's the key. And just because I feel like I'm embarrassed right now, I have one for you, Melissa, that I pulled off of our team's quote board.
Okay.
And you had said at one point, "Why is your lunch taller than you?"
It was to me, I'm pretty sure.
You are, yeah.
It was a big
Important questions.
Important question. Okay, but enough of that. Today, like I said, today's topic is how to recover from a team hangover. And we have a very special secret guest that shall be showing up soon. And to help us to slightly tease the audience about this secret guest, I believe, Melissa, you have some facts to help us out with?
I do. Our guest is a fan of doing aerial shots around New York City.
Like
freeze frame, mid-air, camera on the ground, and just flying. Our guest can fly.
He flies. That's
fun fact number one.
Fun fact number one.
Is a bird.
Is a bird. Yep. Number two, enjoys smoothies.
I love smoothies too.
Smoothies are delicious.
I love them.
Yeah.
Health conscious bird. Got it.
Yeah.
In fact, I eat smoothies all day long.
Yeah, we know. We're not
every meal mine's basically a smoothie.
Yep.
Another stop.
Soylent, if you're watching, we're looking for sponsorship.
Yes. Okay.
That guy. And last but not least, our guest is a rapper.
Has rapped, is a rapper. We're all
same
thing. I can't wait to meet this rapping bird who drinks smoothies. I'm so excited. And we're going to bring that guest out, that secret guest, in just a moment. However, before we do that, as many of you know us, we are speakers. We professionally speak. And with that, we always get asked questions around speaking and help with speaking. So related to the topic today, which again is how to recover from a team hangover, we have brought with us three speaking tips to help you if you are a speaker in a room with a group, your team, and the energy is low. And I believe you have the first one for us.
I do. It is tip number 632.
Oh, that's an important one.
There's a lot of them. This is a good one. Yes. But it's this concept of changing your state. So if you realize that your audience is a little down, a little out, not really with you, how can you change their state? Get them standing, get them to give them a high five to each other. So, so that now they're paying attention to each other and they're refocusing on the directive that you've given them as well.
And tip number 941, you remember this one? It's a great one. So you probably have done this in an audience where you go, everyone take your right hand, just put it out to the side, and half the audience does it, especially if the energy's low. And so a trick to be able to get the entire audience to put their hand out is when you say, all right, everyone take your hand and take your right hand, put it out to the side like this. And then here's the secret phrase. Check your neighbor. Make sure your neighbor has their right hand out too. And what happens is the social proof and the social pressure of everyone putting their hand out is going to get the rest of those laggards to put their hand out. Tip number 941. Do we have another one?
I have one. If the energy is low, why don't you just call the electrician?
What? Sabina? Is that your name again?
Yeah.
Oh, Sabina, great to meet you. All right, enough with speaking. Enough with speaking tips because we have a very special guest with us. Please, can we all welcome the singing, rapping bird, Joe, to the stage? Yeah. We have a seat for you. Joe, come on in. Joe, you're welcome.
Joe.
Thank you.
Joe, look at this.
So
Yes.
Okay.
Joe just classed up this entire show. I'm just saying.
I just came from the Harvard Club, so.
Oh well, even excuse us. They don't
have any smoothies there.
Something about schnitzel.
Joe, I have a question for you. Who are you?
I am the man behind the curtain.
Behind the curtain.
Well, did you know that birds don't have teeth? Did you know that? Birds don't have
beaks.
They have
beaks.
Teeth. They don't have teeth.
Right. No, I'm saying because they have beaks.
Yeah, I did not know.
It's just like an interesting thing because birds, they don't care if you like make fun of them. Like if you tell the bird like, oh my god, you have crooked teeth, they'll just keep doing their thing because they just don't have teeth.
They'll just keep birding.
Yeah, like that's
what birds
that's
do.
Incredible.
Besides knowing amazing facts.
Let me tell you a little about myself. I'm the CEO of Ajax Union, a digital marketing agency in Brooklyn, New York. We're one of the fastest growing companies in America. We've doubled several times, and I do a lot of stuff on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. And
I've never heard of any of those.
Yeah, like all that stuff. And
MySpace.
I used to be really afraid of public speaking. I used to be really, really afraid of it. And now I'm completely obsessed with doing... I do 1,000 selfies with 1,000 CEOs every single year. And I used to be afraid of all that stuff. And I've overcome all those fears over time. And, you know, I kind of like found myself over the past 5 years. And that emergence of myself has been a tremendous amount of energy in my life, vitality, power, freedom, a bunch of good stuff. So
that's amazing.
Who am I? 5 years ago I didn't know. Now I'm kind of starting to find out who I am.
For any college students that are listening right now who are freaking out about figuring out who they are, I hope you take what Joe just said, rewind it, and watch it every single morning.
Yes.
Because there are people in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s who are still trying to figure out their life. And by going through the journey you went through this past number of years.
I started my business less than 10 years ago, and through growing a business, I realized that you have to grow yourself if you want to grow your business. Mm-hmm. And that was like, wow, I couldn't believe it because, you know, I thought once you make money and you're financially free, it's over, right? But then I'm speaking to a billionaire and his sixth wife, and he's like, you know, or whatever it is, and I'm like, people just haven't figured out. And there's so many people that are frustrated, and they're living this life of frustration, and I say, let go of the frustration and join me in motivation.
Motivation.
Hashtag? Hashtag motivation. I've put up hundreds of videos online about what motivation is and how to get motivated.
All right. We're about to motivate you. I don't know if that worked as a transition, but Joe, we have some rapid fire questions to ask you.
Let's do this.
We're going to turn inward and back and forth. No pressure.
No pressure at all.
Would you like to start?
Yeah.
Ready? In the zone.
Damn.
Right. Favorite season of the year?
Every season. I love them all.
Last book you read?
Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. I read it 3 times a year.
Ooh, Mac or PC?
I love the PC. The Mac is annoying me. That little red ball makes me crazy.
And this show's over, people. The show is done. No, continue on. Wait. Favorite color?
My favorite color is green because grass is so beautiful and money's always on it.
First thing that comes to mind, up or down?
Sideways!
What's your focus? What's your least favorite word?
My least favorite word is schmagegi because those schmagegis, they waste my time.
No, focus. Melissa.
Right. If you were a superhero, who would you be and why?
I would be the motivator because I can take your frustration and obliterate it with a little bit of love.
What's your spirit animal?
I used to be a cheetah, now I'm a unicorn.
That sounds like a line from a rap.
Yo, my name is Joe. I'm the B2B sales pro.
Keep going.
A cool app on your phone that you'd recommend.
Blinkist. It does book summaries in about 8 minutes, and if you do it on double speed, you can do it even faster.
And lastly, one thing that drains your energy.
The energy drainer. Lack of electrolytes. I used to think that cellulite is what drains my energy, but it's electrolytes. And most people don't know what electrolytes are, but for a different episode. Or maybe we'll talk about it.
A different episode. Oh, wow. Thank you, Gabby.
Anyone else dizzy?
I'm a little bit of dizzy for shizzy. What? Okay.
That's it, folks. We now know Joe, everything about him, and a little bit more.
A little bit more.
Which brings us back to the topic of today, which is how to recover from a team hangover. And so, Joe, now that we know you, we know your background, you're running a team, we want to dig into this specific topic a little bit so that the people out there, especially if you're leading a team or organization, can pull some info from. Just quickly, just to start us off, how big is your team, and do they ever get tired, frustrated, annoyed?
Absolutely. Look, when you're doing digital marketing, especially when you're a service-based business, your clients have expectations from you. And sometimes those expectations are mismanaged, not just by us, but sometimes by them, and sometimes by circumstance. Things happen. When the electricity's out, you got to call the electrician. Things happen
all the time.
So the energy can get drained from having mismanaged expectation and conflict. I feel like when there's a lack of progress and there's conflict, that's what drains people's energy. When you have progress, no matter how many hours you work, you're feeling amazing because you know that you're moving forward and you're feeling that happiness and that excitement. So there's definitely times where we have energy drain. And we've gone up to 75 full-time people. Now we're down to 15, but because we believe that not every person was created equal. Actually, every person was created equal, but not everybody fits into the mold.
Yeah.
Not everybody fits into the mold. And once we identified what our values were and who we were about, what we were about, and that's really the key. If you're a leader of an organization and you haven't defined your values and you don't know what you are as a group and who you are as a group, then you're just going to end up adding people that don't match your values, and that's where the energy drain comes. When you're with people that are just not, they don't have to be the same as you, but they have to value the same things, because otherwise you go into the deep end and you're constantly arguing and you have mismanagement of expectations and lack of agreements. The worst thing we can do is have a client that doesn't match our values, or have an employee that doesn't match our values. Our values in our company are very simple. AOV, amazing communication, ownership mentality, and versatility. You have those three things, you are a great employee for Ajax Union. You're missing those three things, it's not going to work out, and it's going to be an energy drain. Have you ever been in an organization where everyone has amazing communication and then one person joins and they just have terrible communication? How much would that be an energy suck for you?
Totally. Reminds me of the idea that A players want to be with A players and B players want to be with A players, but A players don't want to be with B players. Right. And so if your individual doesn't fit the values of alignment of the team, it's going to mess up not only the team, but your A players are going to leave because they don't want to hang out with B players.
And what does it take to be an A player? It depends on your values. If your values are chilling like a villain while your drink ain't spilling, then you just... That's what it is, right? You're chilling like a villain. And if somebody's an A-type and they're like aggressive, we got to get more done, like they don't match into the values. That's not an A player for them. But if everybody's A-type and everybody's getting things done and you have a chiller that just wants to chill like a villain, then what happens?
This is like my story every single day. She's an A-type player, and I just want to chill like a villain off to the side.
Han does.
That's definitely how those roles break down.
Okay, actually.
It can be an energy suck when you have a guy sitting around and you're doing all the heavy lifting, right?
Energy sucker.
Yeah.
We call those people precursor to something that's coming up, dance floor theory. We call those people scary sixes and vampire.
Energy vampires.
Energy vampires.
Yeah, they suck the energy out.
Yeah, they come in and take it out.
You dropped a lot of knowledge right there. But
I thought you said a lot of weight.
You also dropped a lot of weight.
Oh, that's true. No, but I do have a question for you. If you were to think of your company in the terms of a calendar, is there a time of year where you feel that energy drain more? And if so, how do you address it?
Typically, when things slow down towards the end of the year, like December time, the energy is always draining because there's a lot of holidays, there's a lot of overeating, there's not that much time for exercise because there's so much traveling. Like in the summer and the spring, everybody's hopping and the weather's great, but in the deep of the winter, around the holiday times, people are overstuffed and there's not enough days to get all the work done, and they're trying to cram, so they get longer days, longer work days, but shorter actual days, so they're working in the dark. So it becomes very difficult. So the key is to have certain routines that you know are good. So like, for example, one of the biggest energy drains is not drinking water. A lot of people don't know this, but a 5% drop in hydration is a 30% drop in energy. And people don't realize that if you drink a cup of water, your entire body will get affected within 5 minutes. You will get much more hydrated.
Taking notes, drinking my water.
So for us, it's a water reminder in our office, making sure everybody's hydrated, making sure everybody's breathing. Because how long can you live without food?
Well, I thought without breathing.
Like an hour.
No, but how long?
2 weeks. What's
2 weeks. Some people say 2 weeks. Some people say 6 months, depending on how much storage you have in the system, right?
Right.
So you can live without food for a long time. How long could you live without water?
2 days, 3 days, so 2 weeks.
Probably, whatever. A couple. Depends on the person. If they're a camel, they could live a long time without water.
If the person is a camel.
Exactly. If they got humps, they got humps in the trunks. So they whatever. That's
I do feel like you just vindicated my entire life because I preach water all the time. Yes, I go to the bathroom on the regular, and yes, at movie theaters I sit as close to the bathroom on the aisle as possible. Flight, same thing. But I don't care because you just vindicated everything about my life right now.
But there's one thing that you can't live with for more than just a few moments.
Love.
Oxygen.
Oh, yes.
Oxygen.
That's important.
Right, so I say, how long can you live without oxygen? Not long at all. If your brain gets suffocated from oxygen, you're done.
I've once done 90 seconds without breathing.
Right.
That explains
That's a long time.
Yeah,
that's a long
brain
time.
damage, huh?
No wonder why he's a drag on the business. Right, okay, I get it. I totally get it now. Now it all makes sense. That's why birds don't have teeth.
I'm just going to check in over here to make sure everything is okay.
Why are you chatting with her? What
there
is
we go.
that?
Secret message.
He's like,
I am in over there, make sure everything's
exactly.
good. Joe, what do you do? What activities or tactics? Your team's energy is low. You walk into the office.
Pink slips. No, seriously, pink slips. So what happens is, there are certain words that are just bad in the office. Like certain things you don't say, like "you're fired." No, that you don't say, right? Because then you'll be like that guy.
We don't know that guy.
So one of the things that we do is we take words that people are typically scared of and we use them for good things. Like, for example, pink slips are things where we write gratitude to our employees and we call them pink slips. And so the thing is, who did it? What core value did they honor, and how did they honor that core value? So we printed them out in actual pink slips, and what happens is we yell pink slips, and and one person gets up and they give out pink slips to everybody for what they did right according to the core value, and everyone's excited, and every time we clap, and then we're energized, and we hit the bong, and somebody wins a Starbucks card or a Dunkin' Donuts cards if they get X amount of pink slips per month. So everyone has to kind of like tattletale on the person in a good way. We don't have a complaint box in the office. We only have a pink slip box.
Amazing.
That's amazing.
That's
I'm taking so many notes.
No, Sabina, you cannot go work for Ajax Union.
I was literally going to go, are you hiring?
That is not the point of the show here, people.
This is me doing interviews for my next job, right?
This is ridiculous. All right.
Yikes.
Wow. All right.
I have another question for you.
Okay.
You come in with a lot of energy.
Yes.
Where do you get your energy from?
So the question is, where does energy come from? Most people think that
Water.
energy comes from food. Most people think that energy comes from food. Now, yes, energy does come from there. The water helps your body produce more energy, but as we learned at Tony Robbins, energy comes from your cells. And if your cells are clean, if you have clean cells, and I'm not talking about getting, drug tested or other tests or whatever, if you're clean or not clean. I'm talking about just like being able to eliminate waste, because that's the key. And you eliminate every few minutes, right? But every single cell needs to eliminate waste, right? It needs oxygen, it needs hydration, it needs the ability to eliminate waste. Those are the three things that it needs. So if your cells are able to eliminate waste really, really well through the lymph fluid, you're able to have a lot of energy. You have cells that have a lot of vitality. So the way to do that, if you want more energy, give more enthusiasm. If you produce more enthusiasm, you're actually cleaning your cells. Boom, 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 boom. Hey. So look, at the end of the day, is the more energy you use, the more energy you have. That's the reality. The more energy you use, the more energy you have. So if you want to be able to have more energy, use more energy. I ran a 5K this morning. It felt amazing. Yesterday I was in the gym and I did an hour of CrossFit. The more you work yourself out, the more energy you give to the world, the more you can build the capacity to have more energy. But just know that it doesn't come from food. Sometimes I fast 5 days straight and I just drink water and have my electrolytes, and I'm fine, because that proves that, and I have tons of energy and I'm working out every single day. But the thing is, the digestive system takes up the most energy from anything else. So if you're eating sugar and you're having flour and eating all the wrong ingredients that are very high in calorie but very low in nutrition, you're not treating your body as a temple, and ultimately you're going to have less energy. So that's
guys.
What?
What's up?
It's time for some shameless self-promotion.
Excuse us, Joe. We have to take care of some business.
Okay,
Hi, everyone. Did you know here at Swift Kick we run an award-winning leadership training program called Dance Floor Theory, and we've trained over 500,000 leaders, 500,000 leaders on how they can run their teams and organizations more effectively.
We do. That's awesome.
And how they can build a culture of connection within their community.
Yeah.
You can find out more at...
You can. Wherever you are, whenever you are watching, text Team Human to 66866 to join our newsletter and get more information about the awesome content that we offer. And I feel like weird things are happening behind us right now.
Or check out swiftkick.hq.com.
Can I come back?
Yes, all right.
And now back to a regular scheduled programming.
Welcome back.
Yes,
Welcome back.
I took a selfie while we were doing that.
clue,
Okay.
sorry.
The audience wanted to do a selfie with me. It wasn't my idea. It was
Obviously.
your idea.
Interruptions happen. Joe, we have done some extensive background searches on you in preparation for this interview, and I know you've been wondering, why is there a blender here? Well, we also happen to know that you are a smoothie king, master, guru, Jedi, and so we have brought with us a smoothie and a bunch of materials, and I'm going to bring the smoothie maker over to right here, okay?
We're gonna put it right back where it came from.
And Joe, you're going to talk our audience through the process. You can choose to use that if you want to.
Your ingredients.
The process of making a smoothie as if you were at home, because I know you go through a whole routine here. So go ahead and just start talking us off as you make this smoothie. Go for it.
All right. So the way it works is, first of all, you have to realize that I don't put almond milk in my smoothie, because if you take a look at the ingredients, there's 7 sugars and 1 protein. So if
we
you
normally get unsweetened.
That's fine, but water is literally the best thing, and we happen to have water here, so it's perfect.
Okay.
Because otherwise, you know what? At the end of the day, you don't need extra sugar in your system. It's an energy drainer. You want to have something that actually gives you energy, doesn't take away the energy. So now, bananas are a really great source of potassium. You see, bananas are a really great source of potassium,
Great.
and This banana smells good. Do you want to taste it?
No, thanks.
Okay. No, but it smells really, really good.
You put it in.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna, we're gonna make a smoothie.
Yeah, we're
okay,
gonna
For a
so
second, I thought you were going to
just-
put the whole thing in
all right. So you put a banana. Now this is not
missed
enough water for a smoothie.
I have some more.
So he has more water. So
Okay.
we're just gonna pour it in. Well, first let me taste it.
Okay.
Wait, why?
Well, the pH level on this water is a little bit low, but we're still gonna
How
do
do
it
you know that?
by the taste.
What
Okay.
doesn't he know?
All right. So now you see this. I don't know what this is, but I'm
Oh,
gonna smell it. If I get high, just like it smells like cacao nut. I just said cacao nut.
Cocoa.
You are correct.
It's coconut.
Coconut.
I want to go
shavings.
cuckoo for coconut.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do.
And
And this is, let me see, let me smell it. I always
Okay.
have to, look, you have 5 senses. Do you know what your 5 senses are? What are they?
Sight.
touch,
Sight.
smell,
Is that the first
smell.
one? Fear.
Here.
Oh.
Here.
Like here? Like here? Like your
No,
beautiful here?
Thank you.
You're neither here nor there.
Here today, gone tomorrow.
This smells like animal food.
Well, close. It's definitely
It's oatmeal. Okay, that's very,
oatmeal.
very good. And
Okay.
this is powdered food. I don't know what it's just powdered food.
It's just powdered
just-
food.
Someone took food and made it powder.
Hi, Soylent. If you would like to sponsor this show, I'll happily take it. Or Ample, I'm looking at you. Wink, wink. None. Okay.
Anyway,
Sorry.
bottom line is my suit is full of stuff. That's good. I don't know why there's masking tape on this.
Let's keep it safe.
This is not protection. This is masking tape.
Do you want me to start putting some stuff in?
Yeah, just put a little bit in.
All right,
The
just
truth
tell
is, I have to know what the nutritional value is. I'm not just gonna make a smoothie just to make a smoothie. But,
Oh, okay, but
we're just gonna do it.
We're gonna pretend.
Yeah, we're gonna pretend that we're actually
Pretend for real.
Look, at the end of the
For
day,
real,
is if you want something really unhealthy, eat this smoothie because you'll probably get sick and get a heart attack.
What? Not this one.
Yeah, there's agave and random stuff.
Natural sweetener.
Yeah, of course, it's all natural.
If-
Sugar's
if-
natural, alcohol's natural, vodka's natural, all that stuff's
Can we
natural.
have some? Is there vodka in here?
Cocaine is
At
natural.
this point, I might want some vodka. If you're not going to drink it, then I'm going to throw some of this in.
No, yeah, throw it in. Throw
Okay,
it in.
good.
Throw it in. Look,
can we put
I
some
can't.
more-
I can't drink it because I'm not sure how
Okay.
kosher this stuff is.
Oh,
and,
gotcha. Yeah.
You know,
Okay, cool.
But it's fine. But
Let's
just
go.
Put a couple nuts
So
in.
how many would you put of these in?
I will put just a handful.
Just a handful.
That's
Like,
enough.
already
That's
did.
enough.
like that?
That's enough.
Oh, you
Yep.
already put some in.
That's it. And then what you do is you want to make sure that you cover this real tight so it doesn't squirt all over the room. I know some people are not used to doing that and they squirts all over your face. You don't want to do that.
Okay,
so
here,
just
I'll
make sure that you do
set
it well.
this up. And then
Make it nice and tight. It's not tight
It's
enough.
definitely not.
Okay.
Put it a little deeper.
No, it's too tight. That's it. That's all it
fine.
does.
Too tight?
No, I know this. I know how to do this.
Okay, if it squirts,
Yeah. Okay. And so then, Joe, how would you sing something while you're doing this?
yes.
Or just okay.
I actually do push-ups.
You do push-up while you're doing this. So let's go.
Push-ups.
We'll be right back. We're gonna do push-ups. Just really quick.
I was not.
So just basically go
There's no
30
room.
push-ups in 30 seconds.
Oh Lord. He's still going. He's still
All right,
going.
all right,
Okay,
all right.
done?
30 push-ups in 30 seconds.
I'm
We
gonna-
did
I'm
it! Were
speeding
you
this up.
counting? I hope not. Anyway.
Okay, perfect. Savina, can you grab the cups there? Just a few cups. We're gonna try this out. Joe, don't worry. I'm not gonna have you try out this concoction that will probably kill us.
It won't. No, it's not going to kill you right now. It might kill you when you're 90 or 100. You can blame the smoothie that you had these days.
I think there's some pretty good stuff here, but Savina, do you want some? Are you good?
Like a little.
Okay, you think?
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing.
Just, is it?
No, it's going to taste good because it's very sweet. Banana sweet.
Here, you get that water.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, I just got someone else's water.
Can we just cheers?
She
Yeah.
definitely sipped out of that.
Did you put
Okay.
your spit in here?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we don't
Yeah,
need
yeah,
to.
that
No,
happens.
just pretend to cheers.
Okay.
There we go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
L'chaim!
L'chaim.
Let's say l'chaim.
L'chaim.
Cheers. Woo.
L'chaim.
Oh my
Cheers.
goodness, I'm a little tired over here. Okay,
So look, at the end of the day, if you want more energy, you have to ask yourself, what am I putting into my body that's taking my energy away? Because as a human being, you have energy. You already have energy. You have electricity. You have unlimited electricity. They say the electricity that you have in your body can power an entire city. The electricity, you have so much electricity in your body. And the thing is, when you're frustrated and you're down and you're closed and you're small, you're actually becoming depressed. Your energy becomes depressed.
I'm not
and your energy's
depressed.
at rest.
I'm exhausted from the push-ups and that what just happened. Joe, we're coming towards the end. Before we get into our final segment together, where can people find out more information about you and connect with you?
Google. You go to Google, you search Joe Apfelbaum. So it's my website, joeapfelbaum.com. If you want to see my motivational clips, you go to /motivation. You can sign up to my weekly newsletter. You can go on Facebook, you can go on Instagram, you can go on LinkedIn, you can go on Twitter. I'm available on all those platforms. I update my social media every single day. So like it, comment on it, subscribe on it, share on it. It's a lot of fun.
I'm just going to say one final thing, Joe. You are an inspiration.
Oh, thank you.
For how to live life to its fullest. And I watch him. I follow him on several social sites. It is so fun to watch you live your life. And,
thank you. And
it's a testament also to watch your health, too, because I've seen your journey. And if you want to see an amazing journey of health, just watch Joe and check out his story.
I lost 95 pounds in the past 5 years and kept it up. People are like, Joe, how'd you do it? Did you get a band around your stomach? I'm like, dude, you don't need a band around your stomach. You need a band around your head. It's mostly mindset. It's mostly mindset. And once you get the knowledge, the information, you have the awareness, the strategy, and the accountability, you can literally do anything.
All right, with that, and while I'm chewing this smoothie,
is not so smooth.
Folks, we have come to the end of our time together. Hold back the tears. As we reflect on our time together, what are some things that come to mind for you, Melissa?
Specifically, me thinks it, me does it.
Me thinks it, me does it.
And that I need an electrician.
All right. And beyond that, Joe and Melissa, if you were to wrap your final thoughts, just Joe, your final thoughts on today's show, key takeaway, what would your key takeaway be for our time together around this topic of how to recover from a team hangover?
Yo, my name is Joe. I'm the B2B sales pro. I do 10x conversions. I make it rain. You should hire me so I can solve your pain. If you're missing energy and you wanna be a G and you wanna see me making you motivation, celebration, bring the Asian to the party.
Hey!
That was amazing.
Look, at the end of the day, the key is for you to be yourself. Just open it up. Show enthusiasm. Be real. Some people are going to hate on you, but that's their job. You shouldn't be hating on yourself. There are haters for that. You should love yourself every single day. Find out your strengths, play your strengths, and just execute every single day.
All right, Melissa, final thought.
Actually, it's something Joe said, that in order to grow your business, you have to grow yourself. And I think that it applies to so many different areas of people's lives. That unless you start here, things around you aren't going to change.
And lastly, for me, there's a book called The Energy Bus, and this idea that everyone's got their seat on the bus, and the right people in the right seat on that bus makes all the difference. And so Joe talked about his team and how he went from 75 to 15 to make sure he had the right people there, and he's rock starring it with that group, and he has no qualms about making sure the right person's in the right seat at the right time.
I love the Energy Bus. It's great. I just finished writing a book called High Energy Secrets. So if you want to find out more, go to joeapfelbaum.com, sign up for the newsletter, and you'll hear about the book.
With that, thank you, Joe, so much for being here today. Give it up for
Yay.
Joe. We have a gift for him.
Oh, wow. I
yes.
love gifts.
We're well known in Swift Kick for free hugs, and so we brought with us
free kosher hugs.
A free hugs t-shirt. The only thing missing is you.
And then hummus.
Hummus,
human.
Yeah. Yes.
I like hummus. I thought it said hummus as human. Okay.
It's human.
And then
so
every year we have someone in our community draw a free hugs postcard for us, and this is this year's.
Can I draw one?
Potentially, you could
Okay.
submit. The audience votes.
The audience.
Yeah.
They
Well,
get to
I'm
vote.
going to win.
Okay.
And then the last thing is a
Democracy.
free hugs button for
Ooh,
you
that's so
that
cute.
in case you want to wear at any given moment.
That's amazing. I don't know where
Yeah.
my phone went. Oh, it's right over here. Can we do a selfie?
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah,
all
yeah.
together? Like now? Like
Like,
as part of the episode?
like,
As part of the
Yeah,
episode.
so this is the way it works. You go like this, and Sabina, get in. No, you don't have to duck. You don't have to duck.
Is
You're
this
good.
like good side or
You
bad
ready?
side?
It's every side. You ready? Get set, and... Yay!
All right, thank you all so much for
Thanks for
watching.
watching.
Enjoy. We'll talk to you later.
That was the weirdest 30 minutes of my life.
Was it weirder than the last interview?
You're the first.
Yeah.
Was it weirder than the first interview?
You had the inaugural episode.